Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Derui 700 milliliter ultrasonic cleaner. So if you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get this open. So here we have a user manual, so let's take a look at it. So we have safety precautions. You want to read through all of these, more precautions, and here are some instructions. They're kind of loose instructions. So if you're not familiar with ultrasonic cleaning, you have some sort of vessel. So this is like a stainless steel container, and then it has an ultrasonic transducer on it. So that's essentially like a speaker, and that sends ultrasonic waves through the water, which causes microscopic cavitation, and those ultrasonic waves clean things. That's the basic way of saying it. So this lists some things you can clean in it. You can clean glasses, metal, jewelry, plastic, glass, ceramic. You don't want to clean soft gemstone using glue to attach, loose attachments, items with cracks or scratches. And here we have some other items you can do and things you don't want to. And here are some guidelines on how long to clean things. So hard and solid type gemstones is less than 30 seconds. And then the other ones here says 1 to 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and between 3 to 5 minutes for these other items. So you can clean watches with this, but as it says here, you only want to submerge the strap. You don't want to put the watch itself in, the main part of the watch. So here's how to set it up. It says never operate it without water in the tank. Always fill the unit above the 2/3 marker line. Connect the adapter plug. Press on off to turn on the machine. Press timer to select the required time and press start pause to start cleaning. Remove the waste liquid when it's not in use. And here are the tech specs. You can pause and read through those. So this is 25 watts and the ultrasonic frequency is 45 kilohertz. You can see the container dimensions here, and it actually has two models here. I'm guessing this is the 7. Yes, because it's 700 milliliters. So let's pull this out. So this is a very small ultrasonic cleaner. So this is my first ultrasonic cleaner. I figured I'd start small, kind of learn the ropes, and then maybe progress to a larger one down the road. So here's the lid. So the edges on this, they're not super sharp, but they're not incredibly dull either. I could potentially take some sandpaper and smooth that out just a little bit. And this is looks like a little basket type thing. The basket, and there's the vessel. So I think you can put that in there and put your parts on it. So you can put things in this basket. You don't want things to touch the sides because you need water between what you're cleaning. So let's look at the back side. So this feels like it's like a metal. And here we have the specs on the back. Here's power input. On the front we have on, timer, start, pause. Those feel like touch buttons. I think there's plastic over this. Let me see. There we go. And the bottom is plastic and it has some rubber feet. And here's the power adapter, and it's 12 volts at 2 amps. So needless to say, this is not a high-powered ultrasonic cleaner. So I'll go fill this up with some water, and I'll cut to that now. Okay, so the description said this was 700 milliliters. Now I currently have it filled up to 500 milliliters at this line here. 700, I'm pretty sure would have overflowed this a little bit. So it seems to be under 700. So let me actually kind of get some measurements on this. So that's about 3¼ inches, although it tapers, and this is about 6 inches, and it's about 1 7/8 inches deep. So those are approximate measurements. If whatever you're cleaning is close to that, you might want to get a bigger size. So let's try turning it on. So we can press on here and you can see the screen, and then we have a timer. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, and that goes back to 1. And then we have start pause, so I can press that. And that makes a kind of buzzing noise. So I'm going to try and clean something here. I don't know if this is going to show, but this is a socket. It's pretty dirty. You can see there's a lot of dirt and grime in that and on the back side. So I'm going to place that in the basket and I'll put that in here. It looks like these should fit over the edge, but it's kind of tight if it's doing that. So I don't know. Let's see how the lid fits on there. Lid fits on like that. I'm going to keep it off so we can see this. I'll try and zoom in on it. Okay, and now I'll turn it on. So that's pretty dirty. I'm going to up the time. I put 5 minutes. I'm not really seeing any change here. Let me change the orientation of it a little bit. I do see some particulates in the water. I do think it is cleaning it. I'm going to put a little bit of detergent in here. This is just water. I'm just putting in some dish soap. The dish soap mostly seemed to go in the water. I'm going to mix up the dish soap a little bit. Okay, the cycle is complete. Let me pull this out. Now there is particulate on the bottom of the cleaner, so it did do some cleaning. Let me wipe it off. So that is rust there. But on the inside here, I feel like that's a lot of grease. And maybe it was just too much for it to clean. Let's see if this comes off with the paper towel. Yeah, it is coming off with the paper towel. So maybe this is not powerful enough to do this kind of a cleaning job. But this is a pretty dirty part, really. Let me try and run it through another cycle. So I'm not going to record that. I'll just run 5 minutes and then we'll come back. Okay, so that was 5 minutes straight. So we've had 10 minutes total. Although when I started it, I didn't have detergent in it. Let's pull that out. Now there's quite a bit of debris in the bottom of this, so it is doing some cleaning. And I think it is getting clean. Let's see if I can wipe any more out of there. Yeah, it's hard to see on camera, but it is getting quite a bit cleaner in there. I have a pick here. I'm going to see if this loosens anything up. Yeah, there's a little dirt in here. Now, it's not a bad idea to pre-clean things before you put it in an ultrasonic cleaner. So then the ultrasonic cleaner is cleaning the details, not the bulk. So I probably should have scraped out this grease before, but I do think it's looking a lot better. Okay, so now I have this in my sink. Now it is plugged into a GFCI outlet. You don't want to mix electricity and water. And I have this sprayer, and you can see it has some calcium buildup on it. So I have a 50-50 mix of vinegar and water in here. I need to turn it around so I can access the buttons. So I'll turn it on, set the timer. Okay, so that was 3 minutes. Let's take a look. I'd say that's looking quite a bit better. Let me try wiping that off. I'd say that's a big improvement. It seems to have removed all the scale. I just used a brush to brush it off, but nothing seemed really stuck to it. Now, it wasn't really clogged, but let's see how it's running. Spray pattern looks really good. So I think the better way would be to have removed this. Now, you could probably fit smaller like shower heads in here. Larger ones probably wouldn't fit. You could also put aerators from sinks and things in here. But I'd say it worked pretty good for that. So that's the Derui ultrasonic cleaner. I think this is probably better for smaller tasks. Needless to say, it's a tiny ultrasonic cleaner, so this could be good for glasses and jewelry. If you're wanting to clean, say, bicycle parts with it, it may or may not work. You know, like in my case, I'm cleaning a socket. It's not perfect. It does seem to kind of work, but I feel like I could have done a similar job with like a bottle brush type thing and some degreaser. But if you're dealing with things like jewelry, you can't get into those intricate surfaces, and that's where the ultrasonic cleaner could come in handy. Well, if there's anything else you want me to test on this ultrasonic cleaner, drop a comment below. I could make a follow-up video. And I'm thinking about getting some other ultrasonic cleaners in to test, maybe some larger ones. But that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.